Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's conversation is an interesting one. I want to talk about building relationships in 2025. Now more than ever, it is important that we have this conversation, because people are disconnected than we used to be in a world that provides technology with so much technology advancement that we have become such a small world. But at the same time, it's funny how we have grown apart as the world becomes smaller. I'm going to give an example. Well, let's just start from, I think the origin of all of this was the COVID. So the COVID ushered in a new world where a lot of us were inside the house for 4 or 5 months and we had to connect online, right? People picked up funny hobbies like dancing to TikTok trends and put your hands on my shoulders. Yeah, scratch that. But you get the point of what I'm trying to say. And you see, we came out of COVID, but I think psychologically we have been in something they call hibernation, social hibernation. We still haven't come out of the social construct of being online as opposed to interacting with humans. Now, this is where the problem is. So I'm going to give an example now. Okay? We see how we have so many unreplied messages. For some people, it's even become a flex. Like you have 400 unreplied messages on WhatsApp, another 200 on Instagram, and the list goes on. But you're still feeling lonely and bored. And as opposed to picking up those conversations, you pick up your phone and then you doom scroll Instagram and TikTok, leaving proper human interactions but interacting with people's stories and content, especially with the virality of video content on platforms like TikTok. This is sad, and this is why. So, because you have failed, or I still feel like I'm part of these people, because we have failed to build a society where relationships are nurtured. Like, oh my God. So we go out, myself and you, we go out and then you're still on your phone. Like you're on your phone replying to messages or doom scrolling while there's another human in front of you. How then would you nurture the relationship that you're trying to build? It's going to be so superficial, and it's also going to be so boring that a lot of people wouldn't want to come back and meet you anymore because it was just the food, right? We didn't bond on anything. So speaking on bonding as well, we need to get into spaces of interest, places that aligns with our interests. So if you pick a hobby that you would love to do for a prolonged period of time, like me and my running community now, from the run club I have made a lot of friends, like 5 to 10 of them, right, that we now have conversations outside of just running. Well, maybe not outside of running, but because I enjoy running, I do not mind having continuous, prolonged conversations about running. I learned about the importance of having electrolyte. I learned the importance of fueling your body periodically if you're running for an elongated period of time. And now I made friends that we could talk on those things because I inserted myself in a community of runners, something I have an hobby. Something that is an hobby rather. And this is not what a lot of people do. They constantly feel bored, but they constantly stay inside their house and then doom scroll and don't reply to WhatsApp messages. If you are listening to this is your call to pick up your phone and reply all those people. Turn off, do you know the trick? Just turn off your data, so no new message will come into your phone. Then all of those messages, reply them one after the other. At the very least, clear 50% of all your unreplied message and see if you would not pick up something interesting to continue discussing. Now that has been said, another problem is that a lot of people want what they don't offer. So this is the concept of reciprocity. If people are pouring into you, you also have to pour into those people too, right? You don't want to be seen as a parasite, because if every time that you message Mena is billing, I go archive you, archive. I'm just going to swipe left, and then your message, I'm never going to see them again, right? So you need to be able to reciprocate actions that people have done to you. Not like in the same kind, but with the same energy. Now, you might not have the same money to give to somebody that gifted you something, but like effort count. People see that, yes, you don't have enough, but in the little that you do have, you've been able to bless them in a way that is interesting. And for me, as an example, I believe that the gifts that I've cherished the most are the cheapest in terms of comparison. I don't mean that they are also cheap, but compared to other gifts that I've gotten with that are pricier, the cheapest gifts were very thoughtful. Like getting me a shoe rack when I didn't think I needed one because I just stacked my shoe boxes. But someone got me a shoe rack, and I realized that it was so functional that I had to buy another one because that one wasn't just enough, right? These are the ways that we can build genuine relationships so that you can actually start to come out of your house. You are not a homebody. You just don't have anybody outside that you want to go and meet. I promise you, you are not a homebody. You are not being cozied up watching Netflix. There's even nothing on Netflix. You don't have genuine friendships. You don't have genuine people that would bring you out. When last did you even go to a wedding? When last did somebody invite you that, okay, let's go to a wedding together? When last did you go on a coffee date? When last did you go to see a movie with a friend? When last did you go to a friend's house to check up on them? When last did you pick up maybe you would pick up your phone and call, but when last did you step out because of somebody outside of just yourself? It is important that we begin to be intentional in cultivating valuable friendships that people can recognize that you are also a person of value and you have the energy to reciprocate things that are being poured into you. Because then and only then would you be able to build sustainable friendships that are going to stand the test of time. Because you cannot do this life alone. Even in Genesis, after God had created everything and he saw that it was good, he put Adam into deep sleep and brought another human being to, well, in this case it was an help me, but you get the point. Adam could not leave the world alone. He had to get a partner, right? So you also need people to do this life with. You need friends. You need companion. You need pets, Mel. You just don't need to stick inside your house all the time and just constantly doom scroll. Be intentional. Pour into people's life and watch them pour into your life and see how you guys are going to nurture healthy relationships together. I'm going to use this medium to give a shout out to two of my friends, and I want you to also drop in the comment section giving shout out to two of your friends. I think one of the most interesting person that I have gone out, that I constantly go out with and I would always love to meet in person, is Salem. Because once you meet Salem, this is what Salem does. When you guys get on let's say we get to the restaurant and he sits across you, he turns off his phone and drops it like this. It is so intentional because you see that he genuinely wants to feed off the physical energy that the two of you are in that particular moment. That is something that I had noticed and I constantly do appreciate. Shout out to you, Salem. The next person that I want, this is going to really be hard. Okay, I think the next person that I'm going to give a shout out to is Murphy. And that's not to say the rest of you are not amazing. It's just two people that I want to call in this moment. The next person is Murphy because currently, as I make this video in Abuja, Murphy literally just bought table tennis, snooker board, and some other games because he plans on hosting a game night in his house and he's inviting everybody to come. They don't have to come with anything. They just need to bring their presence and he's going to feed them with food and drinks. There's a caterer coming to the place. That is, oh my God. Why did I not start this video with it? That's the level of intentionality we all need to put into building meaningful, real life relationships. And drop your phone. Go out and connect with your friends. Shout out to everybody, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.